Okay, very, very interesting hadith. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And Abdullah ibn Amr قال خرج رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Once Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out of his house, he came to us, could be in the masjid or anywhere else, وفي يديه كتابان, and in his hands were two kitabs. فقال أتدرون ما هذان الكتابان? Do you know what are these two kitabs about? قلنا لا يا رسول الله. No, we don't know. إلا أن تخبرنا, except that if you inform us, then we'll know. Otherwise, we don't know anything. لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إلا أن تخبر. فقال للذي في يده اليمنى. Then he said with regards to the book that was in his right hand, هذا كتاب من رب العالمين. This is a book from the Lord of the worlds. فيه أسماء أهل الجنة. In this book here are the names of the inhabitants of Jannah. وَأَسْمَاءُ آبَائِهِمْ وَقَبَائِلِهِمْ, and the names of their parents and the name of their tribe. In other words, their details: Yusuf ibn so and so, Ismail, so son of this so and so. ثُمَّ أُجْمِلَ عَلَى آخِرِهِمْ, then it was sealed upon the last one. فَلَا يُزَادُ فِيهِمْ. In other words, whatever Allah Ta'ala has recorded in this year, till the very last one, it has been sealed. There's no additions, no subtractions. Right? فَلَا يُزَادُ فِيهِمْ وَلَا يُنْقَصُ مِنْهُمْ أَبَدًا. And if your name is included in a particular book, it will not be left out. It will right. ثُمَّ قَالَ لِلَّذِي فِي شِمَالِهِ. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said with regards to the book that was in his left hand, هَذَا كِتَابٌ مِّن رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. So this is also another book from the Lord of the world. فِيهِ أَسْمَاءُ أَهْلِ النَّارِ. In this book we've got the names of the people of the fire of Jahannam. وَأَسْمَاءُ آبَائِهِمْ وَقَبَائِلِهِمْ, and the names of their fathers and the names of their tribes. ثُمَّ أُجْمِلَ عَلَى آخِرِهِمْ. Then also it was sealed upon the last of them. فَلَا يُزَادُ فِيهِمْ, do not increase in them. وَلَا يُنْقَصُ مِنْهُمْ أَبَدًا, nothing will be decreased. In other words, whatever in these books are, you can't add anything to it and you can't subtract. Whatever is there, that has been fixed. You can't add to it, you can't whatever, right? So this, in other words, it's a done deal, so to say. فقال أصحابه ففيما العمل. So then the Sahaba Ikram said, Ya Rasulullah, if this is a done deal, if it has already been decided, etc., who will go to Jannat, who will go to Jahannam, etc., then why should we make amal? ففيما العمل يا رسول. قال إن كان أمر قد فرغ منه. If it is a matter that has already been done, decided, like how we say in English, it's cut and dry, it's a done deal. فَقَالَ سَدِّدُوا وَقَارِبُوا. Make it as perfect as possible and try to bring it as close as possible. فَإِنَّ صَاحِبَ الْجَنَّةِ, because really the person that is destined to go to Jannah, يُخْتَمُ لَهُ بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ. It will be, his matter will be ended. Now he leave this world, lahu, it will be ended for him بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ الْجَنَّةِ, with the amal of the Jannah. وَإِنْ أَمَلَ أَيَّ عَمَلٍ, no matter what he do in his life, Allah Ta'ala will make it as such that before he leaves this dunya, he will do the action of the people of Jannah. وَإِنَّ صَاحِبَ النَّارِ, the person of fire, يُخْتَمُ لَهُ, his matter will be decided له بِعَمَلِ أَهْلِ النَّارِ, for the actions of the people of the fire. وَإِنْ أَمِلَ أَيَّ عَمَلٍ, irrespective of what he do. ثُمَّ قَالَ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ بِيَدَيْهِ. Then Nabi Sallam said with his hands, that was indicated with his hands, فَنَبَذَهُمَا, he threw them away. ثُمَّ قَالَ فَرَغَ رَبُّكُم مِّنَ الْعِبَادِ. Allah Ta'ala has already done his thing with regards to his servants. فَرِيقٌ فِي الْجَنَّةِ, a group that will be in Jannah. وَفَرِيقٌ فِي السَّعِيرِ, and a group that will be in the fire. رواه الترمذي, Imam Tirmidhi narrates this particular riwayat. So if you just look at this hadith on a base level, without going into the academic discussion, always remember one thing I told you: when you unraveling any text, first you must know the translation. Okay, before that you must know how to read it properly. You'll be a teacher one day, inshallah. Maybe you'll take the imtihan, or maybe you will even teach somebody something. First thing is this here: be able to read it properly. Right? I'm saying you will be a teacher one day, inshallah. You'll take the imtihan, maybe they'll call you to another madrasa. First step is that you must be able to read the text properly. Fair, fa'il, maf'ul, jar, majroor. Second thing, you must be able to give just the translation. Just the translation, the text, whether we practice upon it or not. I'm not saying what we understand from it, because many a times, you get a hadith that is contrary to your madhab. You will get a hadith that is contrary to your madhab. So before we come to that reason there, you must understand what is being said in that hadith. You see what I'm saying? So the next thing is understand what is being said. So as I said, many a time the hadith perhaps will be against your madhab. So then that's the next step. So now, do we practice on the hadith or don't we practice upon this hadith? And if we do practice on the hadith, good, mashallah. And if we don't practice it, what are the reasons why we don't practice upon it? And what's our answer to this hadith? You saw. So first step is to read the hadith properly. Or even you're doing a fiqh book or you're doing that, tafsir, whatever. First, read it properly. Second is do the proper translation. Third, what is being said in there, in plain meaning, what is being said in there. And then, yes, do we practice upon it or don't we practice upon it? Now, if you look at this hadith, what is being said? What is being said is that Nabi Sallallahu came with our two books, and in the books, there was the names of the people, inhabitants of Jannat, and there was the names of the people of Jahannam, and Nabi Sallallahu said, look, these books are done deal. There's no additions, there's no subtractions. So Sahaba Ikram was surprised and said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if now this is already, decided, this is already being decided, then what's the point of doing any type of actions? So Sahaba Ikram says, yes sir. So now Sahaba Ikram saying, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if this is the matter as that the matter has already been sealed. The difficult thing that Nabi Sallam said, no, look here, this with regards to who will go to Jannah, who will go to Jahannam, etc. This is by Allah, but you as an individual, you have been commanded to try your best. For example, I'm going to explain in a simple way. You're a teacher. You know the capability and the capacity of every student. Right? So already this guy is how intelligent he is and how well he will do. And this guy here, he's a weak student. And this guy makes effort, he doesn't make effort. And you know what results this person is capable of producing. But still, what will you tell it? You won't tell him, no, don't worry, you're gonna come last in class, it doesn't matter. You don't have to work hard. Yes, it is, you are gonna come last. Then you say, no, exams is coming, imtihan. You have to work hard for the exams. So our on a base level, what you're saying, our fariza, our wazaif is to make the effort, is to try out. And there's many, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ سَدِّدُوا وَقَارِبُوا. There's so many hadiths that exhort us to make effort. So we cannot use the taqdeer, the grand plan of Allah Ta'ala. Yeah, وَفِي يَدَيْهِ كِتَابَانِ. Some ulama say, was this something physical or was it abstract? Many times Nabi Sallallahu also, you'll do also, inshallah, we'll do this here. When we do our public speaking, we're doing that book there, that to use examples to illustrate things, to use examples. We'll do Nabi Sallallahu explain about the person walking on a road, and there are doors to the life. And there's doors on the right, there's doors on the left. Will he become distracted? Will he go into the right door? Will he go into the left door? Will he walk on the straight path? And there's another one where Nabi Sallallahu gave, he drew a line and he says that mankind, this is where your age is, you're going to die. So you're going to live maybe another 30 years. But if you look at your amal, I'm going to go back to Zimbabwe. I'm going to get first 5 second 5 years, I'm going to get married to another wife. The next 5 years, I'm going to get the third wife. The next 5 years, I'm going to get a fourth wife. I'm going to have 4 hours with my children there. So that the Rasul said that your amal is what? Your amal, not ayn. Amal with Hamza. Your amal is here, but your umur is there. Your amal is like for 50 years, for 100 years, but your umur is only 20 years. You understand what I'm saying? In the Arabic, they call us tulul amal. What they call it? Long, lengthy hopes. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used, diagrams, although sometimes even drew it in the sand. Sometimes even drew. So from this you learn that also when you are speaking and you want to explain something to somebody, you can give examples. And this is called what you call in Arabic تقريبا للفهم. What's it? تقريبا للفهم, to make it easy for the listener to understand what you are saying. Because as the more senses you activate, they say the child is doing use, then he mustn't read soft, he must read loud. So when he reads loud Quran and he's reading the Quran, so three senses are activated. So the more senses you activate, the easier it is to memorize something, the easier it is to understand something. So there in that book that we do on Fridays, public speaking, they got there. There's a separate subject, using of props. Props means like extra things, like an overhead projector. So here, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a lot of times he uses examples. So the question here is this. Here the discussion is: did Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam say, like, you say, okay, I've got this in my left hand, so you don't have anything really in your hand. So did he have the kitabs, or was it just something abstract, just to understand? This is the book of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. It has got all the names of the people of Jannah, and yet this is the book of Allah Taala. It's got all the names of the people of Jannah. So there wasn't any physical books in. So here there is ikhtilaf amongst the ulama. Some ulama say no, that he didn't physically have the book. Example, like I told you, how you have examples. Some ulama say no, that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, that person who had such a strong relationship with alamul ghaib, with the world of the unseen. Why is it so difficult that the books of the unseen could come to him? They just come to my mind now. This wasn't before my mind. Remember, there's a hadith that once Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was reading Salah, and then he went forward, and in same Salah he went back again like this here. You come across this hadith. After Sahabat asked him, Ya Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, why did you go back in your Salah? He said, I was shown a frightful scene from the fire of Jahannam. It was so scary, I went back. Allah Ta'ala protect us. And then I was shown a beautiful scene from Jannah, the beautiful, big, massive fruits. And I wanted to go and take something and give it to you people. You will have eat for years from that. So yeah, those ulama that say that these books were physical books, Allah Ta'ala actually gave the books in his hands. They say, what's so difficult? When we as human beings, we living on earth, we as human beings, our ta'alluq, our relationship with the earth, everything we think about the earth, our relationship with the alimul ghaib, with the unseen is very little. That's why we don't even think about the unseen. We only think about the dunya. We only think about having a nice house. We think about having a nice car. We think about filling our stomach. Send those boys there. They must come and sit here. Because we only think in terms of the dunya. But if we had a strong relationship, if Jannat was a reality in front of us, if Jahannam was a true reality in front of us, we will be utilizing most of our energies for that, because that's a reality in front of us. So they say, the ulamas that say no, it was physical books in his hands. They say that that person was such a strong relationship with the unseen. Why was it difficult to believe that he could have physical books in his hands? And if somebody say, now look here, we know from the time of Aadil salam, how many billion people there are currently in the world. How many billion people are there? How many billion people in the world currently? 8 billion. I was just reading one article here. They say that the maximum population in the world will be 10.3 billion. And after trend, it will grow till by the year 2080. And in 2080, it will grow to 10.3 billion. And after trend, that's the highest in the history of man. After it will start decreasing. After that, it will go down again. And the reason they give there, they say fertility rate will go down. The woman won't be so fertile anymore due to the foods they eat, whatever. But that's an interesting subject we'll discuss another time. That, they predict, they say, that this earth can only sustain so many billion people. The earth doesn't have enough capacity. That's why they want to do population control. What do Allah Ta'ala, وَالرِّزْقُ مَقْسُومٌ يَرْفَعُ الْقِسْطَ وَيَخْفِضُهُ. Today maybe, you use some type of method to farm food, but when the population increases tomorrow, Allah Ta'ala inspires man to come with a new, modern and more efficient way of producing food. You see what I'm saying? So Allah Ta'ala makes arrangements for that. Who are they to say? But anyway, so the question is, I was just coming from this here, we're saying that we know there's billions and billions of people. So how can so much information be stored in one or two books? Maybe in previous times it was difficult to understand it, but now it's easy to understand. You have one small chip. How many megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes of information you have in one small chip? So like that also, like how we say it on Qiyamah Day, your whole life history will be played in front of you. All your a'mal will be put on a scale. So you say, so much a'mal, how can it be on scale? I told you today's day and age, not. It's not difficult to understand. It's not difficult to understand it. So some ulama say that, as I said, it is something which is physical. It's not something which is abstract. It could be that Allah Ta'ala sent these books from the Alim al-Ghaib to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But nevertheless, the Sahaba Ikram never qualify. ثم أجمل ثم أجمل أجمل يجمل أفضل أجمل على آخرهم. I told you, so everything was sealed up on there. Then, this is now the critical part. قال سددوا وقاربوا. سددوا وقاربوا. So when the Sahaba Ikram, they said, Ya Rasulullah, if this is a matter that has been decided already, then what's the use that we must make amal? What's the use we must make any type of effort, etc.? So here they say saddidu means make complete effort. Try to do, like I say, try to make it perfect. The saddidu means, saddid means make it perfect. And if you can't make it perfect, then at least قاربوا, try your best to make it perfect. ومن أراد الآخرة وسعى لها سعيها وهو مؤمن فأولئك كان سعي مشكورا. That you cannot do the perfect amal, but you can وسعى لها سعيها, but you make the necessary effort. But you make the necessary effort. So some ulama say this means like this here. Look here, like sometimes maybe the ustad gives you a task to do, and in your mind you feel that this task is too difficult, I can't accomplish this task. So your duty is not to, like for example, the ustad told you, for example, that look here, you're gonna have exams of this whole kitab, whatever, or you must do this whole thing here. In your mind, you think to yourself, no, this is too difficult, I can't accomplish this. Your duty is to make the effort. Your duty is to make the effort. Now look at taqdeer, sirrum min asrarillah. In fact, we're going to do this in the next hadith, where Sahaba Ikram were discussing taqdeer, and Nabi Sallallahu became very much annoyed. كَأَنَّمَا فُقِعَ عَلَى وَجْنَتَيْهِ رُمَّانَةٌ. His face became so red as though a pomegranate was squeezed on his face. So we ulama explain to you, we tell you, look here, that we as a human being, we have kasb. Allah Ta'ala gives us the ability to choose what we're going to do. And Allah Ta'ala is like explained to you that when you initiate something, Allah Ta'ala allow it to pass. But if you yourself are lazy and you are complacent, Allah Ta'ala doesn't allow it to come to pass, etc. That's how the ulama explain. And we explain the taqdeer to mean it's everything is in the knowledge of Allah Ta'ala. But truly to grasp the essence, especially these hadiths that say that the book is sealed already, that the names of the people of Jannat is already included, it's written, the people of the names of Jahannam is there, sealed of everything. To truly, although we explain this to be, the knowledge of Allah Ta'ala in the Quran, but to truly grasp this, you cannot understand it. It is like we say, similar to, taqdeer is the knowledge of Allah Ta'ala. And the sifat of Allah Ta'ala, you can't truly understand him. We make ta'wil, we explain what is the hand of Allah Ta'ala. We say the hand of Allah Ta'ala is the power of Allah Ta'ala. We say what is wajhullah, the face of Allah Ta'ala, the noble countenance of Allah Ta'ala. So you will never, this is still coming here, you will never be able to truly grasp. Ulama have tried to explain, and we gave you different methodologies, modes of explaining, but to truly grasp the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala, you want sirrum min asrarillahi, a secret from among the secrets of Allah Ta'ala. Like Allah Ta'ala himself, you can't fully comprehend Allah Ta'ala. You will explain, either when we got ayat mutashabiyah, we either make tafweez, we say whatever it means we accept it, or we make ta'wil. Ta'wil means we just give an explanation to understand it, so we don't, which is not the true essence, so that we don't fall into a mistake. So this is also a secret from Allah Ta'ala. But what we do know for a fact is, despite all of that, we have been exhorted in several places in the Quran and the Hadith that we have to make amal. What the secret of Allah Ta'ala is and what the true essence of taqdeer is, that we cannot grasp. And we have been taught that it is not a license to become complacent. It is not a license to say, no, whatever Allah Ta'ala has decided, it's going to happen. We still have to try our best. You and your guys must come and sit here. We still have to try our best. Qaribu wa saddidu, right? So I told you, saddidu means make it perfect. Like saddada, tasdeed means to make it perfect. And qaribu, if you can't get it perfect, at least try. And like this is what we told you. When you try, when you showed it initiative, and like Allah Ta'ala will allow it to happen. Allah Ta'ala will bring it to pass. You understood it? So some ulama even explained it like this, yeah, that this is a secret of Allah Ta'ala. And we are the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We got no, like you working in a shop, or you're working anywhere, and the boss say, do this, do that, put this there. Now you can't say, boss, why are you telling me to put this here, boss? Why you tell me to put this? It doesn't make sense. Boss will say, I'm the boss. Are you the boss? Are you the worker? What are you? You the boss or you the worker? I'm the boss here. I know what is happening. So we can't question the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. We are the creation of Allah Ta'ala. At the end of the day, whatever Allah Ta'ala decides, that will come to pass. You understand what I'm saying? So then, فَنَبَذَهُمَا. So if it was like physical books in the hand of Nabi Sallallahu, then Nabi Sallallahu send them back to the Alamul Ghaib. Nabi Sallallahu send them back to the Alamul Ghaib. And if it was just like, not physical, it was just abstract, then Nabi Sallallahu just like showing now, is gone, so to say, right? So this is what similar to what, we say, جَفَّ الْقَلَمُ بِمَا أَنْتَ لَاقٍ. Okay, let's look at the next hadith. Abi Khizamata, what you got there? Okay, you got a Khizama, right? So this is an interesting hadith. Before I do the translation for you, I'll tell you what he's saying. Once I explain you what is happening here, then it will make more sense when you're translating. So what the Sahabi is saying, Ya Rasulullah, all these means that we adopt in the dunya, like we know that there's taqdeer, whatever Allah Ta'ala decided, it will happen, it will come to pass, etc. But all these means, then what is the point of doing it? You understand what I'm saying? Now look here, see here. One Abi Khizamata, and Abihi narrated the authority of Abi Khizama, and he narrates with regards to his father. فَلَقُوتُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ, Ya Rasul, أَرَأَيْتَ رُقًا نَسْتَرْقِيهَا. Oh yeah, get a ruqya where you read something, or ta'wiz where you write something. I told you before, some people like the Salafis, the Wahhabis, they're against this. But here, Nabi Sallam never says something wrong with it. The Sahabis asking about it, the Nabi Sallam it's wrong, it's haram, or you shouldn't do it. I told you there's certain adab. One is, as long as the words are not kufr words, or if it is words that you do not know what it means, you know what it means, right? Because sometimes maybe it's you don't know what's in the language, you don't know, so it could be kufr, you don't know. That's the one thing. And the second thing is acceptable words, or sometimes words of the Quran and Hadith, or even and the other thing is this year, you must not consider this mu'athir bizat. You must consider Allah Ta'ala does not this. So, but that's a separate subject. It will come later on in the Mishkaat, and it will come in the other kitabs. But I'm just showing you here, you can see Nabi Sallam never condemn ruqya here. So whether ruqya is in the form of verbal incantations, or whether you write some type of ta'weez or whatever, right? Like how we say, amulet. But anyway, what he's saying here, Rasulullah, if taqdeer, if everything is fixed, then tell me like a ruqya that we make, or nadawa'an natadawa bihi, or medicine. You take medicine and you treat yourself with that medicine. وَتُقَاتًا نَتَّقِيهِ, or any other type of protection, we take it, right? هَلْ تَرُدُّ مِنْ قَدْرِ اللَّهِ شَيْئًا, can it repel the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala? In other words, if everything has been fixed, if everything has been, then what's the point of doing this? Can we change the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala? Right, that's what he's saying, right? قال هي من قدر الله. He said, no, this is from the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. Raw Ahmad wa Tirmidhi wa Ibn Majah. What does this mean? He said, no, this is from the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. What do you think it means? Just offhand tell me what you think it means. Okay, you gave me a translation, mashallah. What you say? This is, when I read this, it came to, I thought about, when as Umar radiallahu ta'ala was traveling in the plague of Amwas, and then when he heard there's a plague there, he decided not to go there. He said, there's a plague, people are dying. So the one Sahabi said, Atafiru min qadrillah, are you running away from the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala? The Umar said, the words, I never expect this from you. I mean, you, a close Sahabi of the Muslim, say, Nafiru min qadrillahi ila qadrillah. What? Nafiru min qadrillah ila qadrillah. So what does it mean? Nafiru min qadrillah. So it means that if you employ this means, you take the medicine, or you tuqatan nattaqiha, you lock the door, or you put the alarm on, or whatever, and by virtue of that, you are cured, or your house is protected, then that was in the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala that you're going to do that. You understand what I'm saying? And if you never do it, and the car got stolen, or if you never take the medicine and you got sick and you died, then that was in the taqdeer of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Right? Okay. The first one was ruqan is the jama of ruqyatun. And this we told you, remember we told you, ya maqsura, when it is not part of the three original letters, over there is alamat to ta'nif, it is ghair munsarif. So here you can see you only got a ra and a qaf. So the ya is part of the huruf asliya. So that's why we'll say it is munsarif. That's why ruqan. What's it called? Ya maqsura. What's it called? Ya maqsura, yeah. Right. So this ruqan, when I told you, it could be, reading anything from the Quran, the Hadith, or even writing anything. So dawan natadawa, tadawi, to seek cure for something, that's pretty simple. To cotton, you use anything to protect yourself, like how you put the alarm, you put a shield, whatever, or it's just a general, you use your weaponry, whatever. Yeah, the author's also saying, like I alluded to this, the detailed masail of tawiz, of reading and blowing, all that stuff, that will come with all its proofs, inshallah, in the second part. So, but just remember, I told you, if the words is clear shirk in the tawiz, or even if you don't know the words, then you cannot use it, right? That which meaning is good, like you're asking Allah Ta'ala for help, etc., then that is fine. In fact, some of these stuff are even proven from the hadith. Shujjatun qarniyatun malhatun bahrun. There is a proof from the hadith. The Nabi also used these words to do ruqya, etc. So anyway, that's a side issue. The main issue is this year, that the Sahaba is asking Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when things already been preordained, things has already been decided, what's the use of using these things? If it's already been decided that your car is going to get stolen, if it has already been decided by Allah Ta'ala that you are going to die because of a particular illness, what's the use of using this? So then Nabi Sallam said, the answer he gave us this year, these things are included in the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. Like I told you, I explained to you, that if you're going to use the medicine, then it's already in the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala, that this person will take this medicine, he will get cured. This person here, he will lock his house up, he will be saved, whatever. So hence it is permissible to use this. So you must understand, you use this here, all this type of things, and you still understand that it is within the taqdeer of Allah Ta'ala. It is under the control of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. It is not beyond the control of Allah Ta'ala. It cannot override the control of Allah Ta'ala. This is also subject to the control of Allah Ta'ala. And we have been also advised that we must take our means. There's a hadith that says, "Aqil wa tawakkal." Tie your camel, then you put your trust in Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Okay, let's just do the next hadith also. Yeah, I made reference to this hadith. I told you that one Abi Hurairah قال خرج علينا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم came to us ونحن نتنازع في القدر. We were discussing Qadr, trying to understand. فغضب حتى احمر وجهه. The Nabi became annoyed until his face became red. حتى كأنما فقع في وجنتيه حب الرمان, as though it was squeezed on his two cheeks. The seeds of a pomegranate, so red. You know, pomegranate is very, very red. You know, if you eat a pomegranate, if that juice come on your clothes, it's very, very difficult to get off. Such a strong watch, right? So they said that pomegranate juice is very good for your heart, to clear your heart out if you got blockage. فَقَالَ أَبِي هَذَا أُمِرْتُمْ, have you been instructed to do this? أَبِي هَذَا أُرْسِلْتُ, if I've been sent to you with this here. إِنَّمَا هَلَكَ مَنْ كَانَ قَبْلَكُمْ حِينَ تَنَازَعُوا, verily those who were destroyed before you, they were destroyed حين تنازعوا في هذا, when they began debating this matter. أزمت عليكم, أزمت, I take a qasam, I implore you, like أزمت عليكم ألا تنازعوا في, don't debate in this. رواه الترمذي, Imam Tirmidhi narrates, وروى ابن ماجه نحوه, and Ibn Majah narrates something similar. And Amr ibn Shaib, and the Tarif ibn Shaib, and Abihi, from his father and from his uncle. Right, so tanaza'u, maybe it says here in the Shara it's mentioned, like one group was saying maybe, now what's the use, you must do actions, or if it's already been decided that you're going to go to Jannat or Jahannam, what's the point of doing? And if Allah Ta'ala already na'udhu made a decision that you are going to go to Jahannam, etc., etc., then that's zulm from Allah Ta'ala. So like how shaitan put all different things, then right, what's the point, etc. Like this, maybe questioning Allah Ta'ala's taqdeer. So for Ghadiba, Nabi Sallam became very, very annoyed. Like I told you, to a certain extent, ulama try to explain this, but at the end of the day, sirrum min asrarillahi. Like I told you, who are we to question? You in a shop, if you start questioning your boss, why you put this there? Why you put that there? Why you put that there? Why you do this here? What your boss will say? Give you one clout and say, get out of here. Are you the worker or are you the boss here? Same thing. You can't question Allah Ta'ala, why like this? Why like that? That man is in the shop many years. He knows what is happening. He's doing business. You're a new man in the shop and you want to start questioning. Or maybe in the madrasa, tell Ustad, why this one? Why this? Why are you shouting that one? Why are you making that one stand? Why are you putting that one out of the class? Why are you expelling this one? So remember, our intelligence as human beings are limited. So something which is out of your capacity to understand, it's pointless to discuss it. And like I told you, we are the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We can't question. And then like I told you this year, I told you this year that you must do what is required of you. Do not get involved in the administration. We as an individual, we are required, are doing work there, to try the best of our ability to do good actions. Our duty is try to do to the best of our ability is to do good actions. To the best of our ability to abstain from disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To the best of our ability of accumulating good actions. That is our duty, yes. قاربوا سددوا وشيء من الدلجة يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين فأما من خفت موازينه وأما من ثقلت موازينه فهو في عيشة راضية وأما من خفت موازينه فأمه هاوية فمن يعمل مثقال ذرة خيرا يره ومن يعمل مثقال ذرة شرا يره اتقوا النار ولو بشق تمرة. Fear the fire even if it's giving a small piece of date in charity. That is our duty. So you, like how we say, you came into the madrasa, your duty is to study your books, to study your kitabs, so you can read the ibarat properly, see you understand ibarat. Don't say, why you make this guy stand there? Why this class is there? The second year is supposed to be there in his class. Why you call him here? Why are they sitting here by our class? If you tell a teacher, then what the teacher is going to tell you, right? There is a second year, their class is there. Why you bring them to come and sit here? Then your duty is to see that you can read the same thing. Our duty is, Allah Ta'ala has exalted us. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has exalted us to do good actions, right? So, this, I told you this year, this ka'annama fuqya faqa'a yafta'u, to squeeze, right? So normally when a person is fair, then when he gets angry, then his face turns red, right? Because the blood, you can see it more. So this, in several hadith, this is mentioned that when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to become red, used to become angry, or even when he used to become shy also, his face used to turn red. Then azamtu, I tell you, like, I'm imploring you, do not delve into this thing. So the essence of the hadith is that yes, to a certain extent, we try to explain taqdeer to be the qadr, taqdeer to be the plan of Allah Ta'ala, and everything is the knowledge of Allah Ta'ala. We do say that man has got a choice, he got a qasb, but at the end of the day, everything has been decided already. And if we cannot understand, then we must just remember our duty is to do our duties of the employee, not of the employer. We must try the best of our ability, and the rest is in the hands of Allah Ta'ala. Let's stop there. We will start the next kitab, inshallah.